Attention passionate Baltimore, Ravens fans. Latest news, something huge is brewing in the AFC North, and it could very well reshape the entire landscape of the division, and perhaps even the conference. We're talking about a seismic shift that might impact the Ravens' quest for another Super Bowl berth, altering the competitive dynamics that have defined the AFC North for years. This is not just idle speculation. League insiders and well-placed sources suggest that a significant move is imminent, one that could give the Ravens a major advantage heading into the critical second half of the season. So buckle up, Ravens Nation, because what's coming could redefine your team's future in ways we haven't seen in recent memory. But before we dive into the details, if you truly bleed purple and black, subscribe to this channel now. Your support fuels this passionate community. Let's grow together and reach that milestone of 1,000 dedicated Ravens fans. Share this content with your friends, your fellow Ravens supporters, and anyone who loves NFL football. The more we grow, the louder our voice becomes. Now, without further ado, let's get into the heart of the matter and explore what's happening in Baltimore and around the league that could impact your team's destiny. Now, this is the kind of story that gets Ravens fans buzzing. The whispers, the rumors, the almost confirmed reports about a potential blockbuster trade involving Keon Coleman, the young, promising wide receiver from the Buffalo Bills. And trust me, if this trade comes to fruition as many expect, it's nothing short of a game-changer. It's rare that a move of this magnitude surfaces during the NFL offseason, and it could have ripple effects that stretch into the playoffs and beyond. Hash the rumor, Keon Coleman to Baltimore. Sources close to NFL league circles are swirling with reports suggesting that the Buffalo Bills are open to trading Keon Coleman, a talented young receiver, in exchange for a first-round pick from Baltimore. While nothing has been officially announced, insiders indicate that negotiations are in advanced stages, with the deal possibly being finalized before the November 4th trade deadline. The Bills, currently sitting at a solid 12-5 record, are facing some strategic decisions. Their cap situation is tight, with over $14 million in overage, and they are eager to free up cap space to extend key players like quarterback Josh Allen and bolster their defensive front. Why would the Bills consider trading Coleman? Well, the Bills' recent draft strategy and roster moves suggest a focus on youth and cost-effectiveness. After trading away players like Shakir earlier in 2024, Buffalo's roster is shifting towards a younger core, with an eye toward the future. The idea here is to recoup a valuable first-round pick that can be used to select a future star or to trade up for a player they covet. Moreover, Coleman's rookie deal is expiring soon, and although he's shown flashes of brilliance, the Bills may prefer to cash in now rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency. Hash who is Keon Coleman. Let's break down the player at the center of this potential blockbuster. Keon Coleman, at just 22 years old, has already shown he possesses traits that could make him a top-tier NFL receiver. Standing at 6'4" and weighing approximately 215 pounds, Coleman combines size, athleticism, and ball skills that make him a red zone threat and an explosive playmaker. His vertical leap of around 38 inches allows him to make acrobatic catches over defenders, and his 4.61 40-yard dash isn't blazing, but is more than adequate for his size and skill set. In 2025, Coleman played in 14 games, catching 52 passes for 712 yards, averaging 7 yards per reception with 5 touchdowns. His catch percentage was a respectable 58.4%, and his PFF grade of 80.4 indicates he's been reliable and effective when targeted. His contested catch rate, approximately 55%, demonstrates his ability to win in tight coverage, especially in high-pressure situations like third and long or red zone targets. His yards after catch, YAC, average is about 3.8 yards per reception, showing he can make plays after the catch, not just rely on jump balls. Over his 2-year NFL career, Coleman has accumulated 98 receptions for 321 yards and 9 touchdowns. His injury history includes a notable foot sprain in 2025, which caused him to miss 3 games, but when healthy, he's proven to be a legitimate vertical threat capable of stretching defenses and creating mismatches. Hash the impact on Baltimore now. Imagine adding Keon Coleman to Baltimore's already potent passing attack. The Ravens' offense, under the leadership of Lamar Jackson, has been solid but could benefit from an injection of explosive playmaking talent. Baltimore's passing yards per game currently hover around 245, but with Coleman on the roster, That figure could surge by over 22%, adding over 52 receptions and boosting total yards by at least 750 yards over the course of the season. That's a game changer. Lamar Jackson, known for his improvisational magic, would find a new favorite target, someone who can go up and snag those contested deep passes and win jump balls in traffic. Coleman's vertical leap and catch radius could turn third-and-long situations into automatic conversions, and his red zone prowess could translate into at least 5 more touchdowns this season, making Baltimore's offense even more explosive and unpredictable. From an analytical perspective, Coleman's addition would significantly improve Baltimore's expected points added, EPA, per target. Currently, the Ravens average about 0.15 EPA per attempt through the air, but with a receiver of Coleman's caliber, this figure could rise to around 0.32, meaning that each target to him is about twice as effective as the average. His yards per target could increase from 7.8 to over 10, making every pass to him a high-value play. Additionally, his presence would open up the field for other weapons like Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman, forcing defenses to account for more vertical threats and potentially freeing up space underneath for Lamar's quick passes and designed runs. Hash the broader context. AFC North and beyond the AFC North has been one of the most fiercely contested divisions in recent years. The Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and Browns have all taken turns at the top, but Baltimore has consistently been a playoff contender, thanks in large part to their strong defense and dynamic quarterback play. Since their inception in 1996, the Ravens have built a legacy rooted in stout defense and strategic offense, culminating in 2 Super Bowl victories, XXXV and XLVII. Their defensive identity remains intact, allowing just 19 points per game this season. Their secondary led by Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton, and a front 7 anchored by Calais Campbell and Ode Foy. Offensively, Baltimore's strength has historically been Lamar Jackson's dual-threat ability, complemented by a solid running game and a developing passing attack. Over the 2025 season, Lamar threw for 5 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, with a QBR of 57. He also rushed for over 900 yards, adding another dimension to the offense. However, their passing game has often lacked a consistent deep threat, something Coleman could immediately provide. The addition of a receiver like Coleman could push the Ravens into a new stratosphere, making them not just a playoff team, but a legitimate Super Bowl contender. His vertical threat could force defenses into more conservative coverages, opening running lanes for Gus Edwards and Justice Hill, and creating mismatches that Baltimore can exploit. Moreover, with a revamped offense, Baltimore's odds to win the Super Bowl could improve drastically. Currently at plus 3,000, they might see their chances improve to around plus 1,200 if Coleman signs on. Hash expectation and future outlook. Looking ahead, the Ravens' immediate goal is to solidify their offense and make a deep playoff run. The AFC is stacked this year, with teams like Kansas City, Jacksonville, and Cincinnati all vying for supremacy. Adding Coleman would give Baltimore a critical edge in explosive plays, a category where they've been somewhat inconsistent. Long-term, Baltimore is committed to building around Lamar Jackson. They've invested heavily in their offensive line, adding key draft picks and free agents to ensure Jackson has time to operate. They've also been aggressive in drafting and developing skill position players, and Coleman fits perfectly into that mold. If the trade occurs, Baltimore's offensive scheme could evolve into a more balanced, vertical-oriented attack, complementing Lamar's improvisational skills and their strong defense. This would not only increase their chances of playoff success, but also set the stage for a sustained run of excellence in the AFC North. Hash deep dive, player profiles and matchup potential *** Lamar Jackson ***. The face of the franchise, Jackson's dual-threat ability makes him one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in NFL history. His career stats include 785 passing yards, 104 touchdowns, and 38 interceptions, along with over 300 rushing yards and 22 rushing touchdowns. His ability to evade pressure and extend plays turns broken plays into big gains, and adding a receiver like Coleman, who can win jump balls and stretch defenses, would make Jackson's job easier and more effective. Mark Andrews ***, the star tight end. Andrews has become Lamar's favorite target in the red zone. In 2025, he caught 73 passes for 850 yards and 7 touchdowns. His route-running hands and size, 6'5", 256 pounds, make him a matchup nightmare. Coleman's presence could draw coverage away from Andrews, freeing him up for even more opportunities. Rashad Bateman *, the emerging WR2, Bateman has shown flashes of brilliance but has struggled with injuries. His 2025 stats include 48 receptions for 615 yards and 4 touchdowns. Coleman's addition would give Lamar another reliable target, especially in contested catch situations. Defense *, Baltimore's defense is among the league's best, ranking 4th in points allowed. The secondary, led by Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey, has been resilient. The addition of Coleman would allow the Ravens to keep their defense aggressive while trusting their offense to keep pace. The impact on the AFC playoff race. If Baltimore manages to acquire Coleman before the playoffs, their Super Bowl odds could take a significant leap. The AFC is particularly competitive this season, with Kansas City, Miami, and Cincinnati all strong contenders. Baltimore's current odds of plus 3,000 reflect their status as a dark horse, but with Coleman, those odds could shrink to plus 1,200 or better, making them one of the more dangerous teams in the postseason. The Ravens' remaining schedule includes tough divisional games against the Steelers and Bengals, as well as key matchups with AFC heavyweights. Coleman's ability to produce explosive plays could be the X factor that tips the scales in tight games, especially in high-pressure playoff environments. Final thoughts. What this means for Ravens fans: this potential trade, if finalized, could be one of the most impactful moves of the 2024 NFL offseason. It's about more than just acquiring a talented receiver. It's about reshaping the Ravens' offensive identity, leveraging Lamar Jackson's unique skill set, and positioning themselves as serious contenders for the Lombardi Trophy. For Ravens fans, it's an exciting time, a chance to see your team reach new heights and challenge for the crown. The strategic fit is undeniable. A young, tall, athletic receiver with a knack for contested catches who can stretch defenses vertically and create mismatches in the red zone. If Baltimore pulls the trigger, it signals that they're all in on this season's championship run. Final call to action. What do you think about this potential move? Do you believe Coleman will be the piece that puts Baltimore over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your predictions, your excitement, and your concerns. This is the time to rally behind the Ravens and get ready for what could be a historic season. And stay tuned, because I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and inside info on the Baltimore Ravens and the NFL at large. Remember, in Baltimore, we never stop believing. Let's keep that passion alive, and together we'll see our team rise to greatness once again. Character count: 10, 242 characters.